Hey guys, what's going on? It's Luke. Today we're going to be doing another issue of the Quick Tip series, and I'm going to briefly cover how you can use compression to reduce dynamics to place elements farther back in your mix. Before we get into it, if you like this kind of thing, and if you like what I'm doing, please go ahead and like and subscribe the video and follow me on Instagram. The link will be in the description. Hope you like the new camera angle. So let's get into it. This is going to be pretty quick. This is a relatively simple concept that doesn't have too many moving parts, but it's something that can really affect how you think about mixing, especially just starting out. This was something that really changed the game for me. This is also something I brought up in a previous video, but I decided it needed a quick tip issue because people were complaining in that video that I spent too much time on other things and kind of beat around the bush. So I'm just going to make a stripped down version of what exactly we're doing, especially for people who didn't catch it and if you didn't have the patience for the other video. So basically what I'm doing when I try to position something farther back in a mix, as in the current state that I have it is, right up in your grill in the mix, and it's not leaving space for other things that you want to be focusing on. So let's say your drums need to sit back a little bit and leave room for your vocals. Well, what I do, and there are other ways you can do this, like reverb and other effects that place your sounds in different spaces. But one thing that I often try is to just slap a glue compressor onto something. So I'm working on this drum kit that I recorded, and I'm not necessarily saying these are the things I need to do. I'm mixing this track that I'm working on, but I'm still going to demonstrate here. So here's what it sounds like right now. I'm going to go right ahead and just start applying a glue compressor to this. I already have one instance of it. I'm just going to show you what it loads in as. So here's a freshie. Now, I learned this method from Matt Zoe a long time ago. This is just my habit now because this is what I saw him do. You basically chuck the two knobs all the way over to the left on attack and release just to have a flat response on the compressor that doesn't really attack or release for too long. And I just leave ratio at 4. I hope the dude practicing his vocal scales next door doesn't disrupt our audio too much. So the overarching concept here is that compression reduces dynamics, and the reduction of dynamics makes a sound appear to the ear farther away. The reason for this is because the amount of air that's in between the source of a sound and the person's ear actually compresses the sound itself. So doing this with a software compressor is replicating putting a lot of air in between the source of a sound. So we'll listen again to this drum kit, and then I'm going to start pulling the threshold back, and you're going to hear the dynamics lessen, and you're going to hear the sound move farther away to your ears. Now, it's important to note right now, especially if you're just starting out, because this is something that really needed to click for me when I first started really seriously thinking about mixing my songs. There is such a thing as being the right volume but not having the right space. So like, if you don't know what you're doing and you're just trying to mix, you're probably going to say, well, if you perceive this sound as too close, you're just going to reduce the volume because you think that loudness dictates where things stay. That's not always the case. A lot of times you need to affect the dynamics of something to really place it in a 3D field rather than just adjusting the volume. there's a sweet spot on each instrument that you're adjusting where it's at the right distance and the right volume. And that's kind of what you can mess with here on the makeup gain. So like if you find where dynamics have reduced enough to start feeling like it's at the right distance away from your ear, then you move the makeup gain up a little bit to make sure that sound isn't completely lost. So you're balancing two things at once, which is the perceived distance and the actual volume, the ability of it to still be heard. Man, my frame rate was utterly embarrassing on that, but I hope you get the picture. Anyway, it really is as simple as that. Next time you need to place something farther back in your mix and tuck it a little bit more, go ahead and slap a glue compressor on there and mess with the threshold to start to place it farther back, and then tweak your makeup gain or your volume fader to make sure that it's still present enough, but, sat back in the pocket where you want it. Anyway, I think that's all for this video. Hope you guys found this useful. Hope you can mess with this in some of your compositions coming up. And, I just want to get you guys moving in the right direction to understand some of the things that can change your perspective a little bit if it hasn't been changed already. Once again, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you appreciate what it is I am doing. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Hope you're having a great day.